Hello, everybody. This is Harry again with a movie review of the letters A to Z. And my contribution this week, unfortunately, I don't have many horror films because I just not into horror films. Um, and the only one I have that is in the letter N is Nosferatu. But that movie's been done several times, so I don't want to have to repeat it. So I'm going to one of my favorite Cary Grant films. I'm a classic film lover. So, and it's a movie that was released in 1944 that was called None But the Lonely Heart. And my copy here is, you can see it with the glare and everything, is from the Warner Archives. And it was released in 1944, like I said, and it stars Cary Grant, Miss Ethel Barrymore, Barry Fitzgerald, June DePrez, Jane Wyatt. Also has George Coloris, Dan Durea, Roman Bowen, and Constantine Shane. Also, and it's directed by Clifford Odets. And basically, the story is Cary Grant is a kind of like a wanderer type fella, carefree, does comes and goes as he wants to. He doesn't have a job. He kind of does odd jobs for people, like tuning pianos and fixing window panes, kind of just to make money to get cigarettes or a bite to eat. Always bumming off of people, and he kind of shows up to his mother's house. His mother is Ethel Barrymore, and she owns a like a pawn shop. People bring in items to sell, and and that's how that is set up. That he shows up to the house unannounced, and she's making breakfast for him, and they don't get along together. They since his father had passed away during the war, um, him and his mother have a very strained relationship. And the first time I saw this movie, it was back in 1986, right after Cary Grant passed away. It was the USA Network had a marathon of films all week of his films, and this was the first time I had ever seen this one. Um, and that's when I started getting into watching Cary Grant films in the first place. It was right after he passed away. I really didn't know who he was. I was young then, and so this was probably the first. I wouldn't say the first Cary Grant movie that I remember watching. I remember watching the Philadelphia Story at one point, but this is the film that made me start watching him because it's a great drama, and uh, it's a great story. And he actually was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor for this film, and he lost out. Um, he was only nominated twice, once for Penny Serenade in 1941, and then for this one, None But the Lonely Heart in 1944. Anyways, back to the synopsis. Was Cary Grant winds up um, meeting a lady who works at an arcade, um, who is actually a girlfriend of a kind of a gangster, an English gangster. Um, and this is all based in England. He's a Cockney fellow, but he meets this girl and he just starts um, wooing her and trying to go out with her, and that leads him into with the gangster who actually invites him into the gang. Gives him an opportunity to come into the gang, and then they start doing some crimes like robbing jewelry stores and such. And he gets in trouble. He gets arrested after he had helped rob a jewelry store that a person that he knows really well. And the fellow came and bailed him out. The owner of that jewelry store came and bailed him out of jail, and so what happens is that he meets Jane Wyman as well. Jane Wyman is, I guess, an old friend of his from the neighborhood who likes him and was hoping, you could feel that she really likes him, wants that kind of relationship with him, but wants him to settle down, get a job, be respectable. And he doesn't want to lead that kind of life. He likes what he's doing, just get up and go and travel wherever. Um, Barry Fitzgerald is in this too, kind of like his little friend, confidant, talks to him, kind of shakes him up, tells him what, they kind of hang out together and stuff, but he listens to him, and they try to figure out life together. Towards the end of the film, or close to the end of the film, he's going to find out his mother was dealing in stolen goods at the pawn shop, selling items, buying goods that were stolen and then reselling them. And so his mother gets landed in jail, and she's dying. She has cancer, and that was I guess one of the first times I ever cried in a movie. It was the part where his mother are together in the jail, and it was very touching. Anyways, sentimental guy I am, but anyways, I recommend it. If you haven't seen it before, it's called None But the Lonely Heart. Like I said, it's on the Warner Archives. I've been waiting for this for a while to be released on DVD, and this is the only way you can get it right now. You can buy it on Amazon and such. Thank you for listening and watching. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. There we go. I'm still trying to get the angles here, and then thumbs down if you don't enjoy it. And comments are welcome. Thank you.